Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is an Entwicklung 25. It's the Tier 7 Premium German tank destroyer. It's located on the north spawn of Pilsen, and this one is under the command of Skofgar of the Gen clan. Now, this is one of only 6 designs that were put forward by the Germans to be the easiest tanks to make. And this one's armed with a 75mm main gun, capable of doing 135 alpha, 150mm of pen with standard ammo, and with the premium rounds, the APCR, it's capable of 194mm of pen. But the best thing about it, really, is the fact that as the cockroach is very difficult to see, it scurries about with great camo, and it's also got a rapid fire rate. The standard reload is 2.88 seconds per shot. You can see here, Skofgar's got it down to 2.44. Okay. They never made any of these, unfortunately. If they had made them, they would have been a major problem for the Allies because, of course, they're so flat, so small, very difficult to detect. They would have got shots off very quickly on the enemy and just scurried away very quickly before anything could be fired back at them. Now, firing a few blind shots just to find out if anything's there. Oh, now that didn't appear to do any damage, but the second one did, and the third one didn't. So that one hit the gravel. Okay, he's got enemy at distance. He might be able to... Well, he did hit that one, and actually it did go into the hull. The major benefits from this one on this tank is actually its excellent mobility, 65 kilometers an hour. And yes, there was an enemy tank there. He's seen a Govka, and so he's actually firing premium rounds to get through. Unfortunately, first shot didn't go, but now he's getting pens. Now, it does have excellent mobility, low profile. It's actually about the same height as a man. It's also got incredible camo, as I said at the start. Excellent aim and accuracy, very high DPM, and of course it's got premium matchmaking as well. Go for the turret. Just missed it there. The premium ammo cost is also fairly low. That one did hit the ground behind. And we've got an event coming on. It's actually going on behind us at the moment. It's the railway wagon. Okay, so there's a KW1 over there. Okay, that's better. He's going for the engine, and in fact he did get one into the tracks which stopped it dead. The KW, by the way, that was the Panzer KW1, which is a German captured KV1. And here comes the railway wagon. Now there's 2 enemy tanks round the corner. You only get 60 rounds of ammunition, so you can burn through that fairly quickly. Okay, the Stug's in sight again, but I think somebody else spotted it. Okay, and there's the KW1. It's got a 75mm as well. And we're punching rounds into it, but we're using standard ammo at the moment. And he's actually getting rounds into us as well. So he's going lower plate. Next shot kills. Gets him. He needs to get behind that wreck. Looking for that Stug. And there he is. Go for it. First one goes in. Critical hit into the tracks. Now he's hitting the hull. One more to kill. Get him. Second kill of the game. He's hitting a Porlac tank now. It's a bonus. He was also down by the railway line. He's trying to get the engine bay specifically for that. And he's using up the standard AP because, of course, he can get pens with that. And he's got the Porlac as well. That's 3 kills. Now, are there going to be any more enemy tanks in this area? There might be one a bit further back. Well, he's going to find out. Oh, and there's that Type... Oh, a Type 58, not the Skofgar. I thought that was the Skofgar for a second. Well, he crosses over whilst he's in the dip, but as he pops up here... Okay, wasn't spotted. And he's turned around. You can see a VK3002M. Or rather, the MXN445 is the one who's spotting. Now, there's still got to be somebody on that elevation. We saw the Type 58 on there, and the Skofgar was there. You can see from the team list that the Skofgar's still alive, and he's got 1 kill. And he's managed to get around, and now he's lining himself up so he can get the shot on the VK3002M. Oh, gets one into the engine bay, but loses an outline. Now, he needs to be careful because if he moves around this corner, the Skofgar could get shots on him from a different angle. Okay, so he wasn't spotted by the Skofgar. That's the fantastic camo of this vehicle. It is so good. But he's only got 24 degrees of arc, 12 degrees either side of the center line. And one of the things about the E25 is you tend to learn that you have to try and spin the vehicle around fairly quickly to actually get it onto target. It's got a 12-cylinder Maybach engine, as I said, capable of 65 kilometers an hour. They were going to build the prototypes at Alquette, which is it was an Argus company design, similar to the Hetzer actually. So it was designated as a TD straight reconnaissance vehicle to take over from the Hetzer, and we can see that the enemy has actually advanced quite a long way away over on the other side of the battlefield. There we go, and we can hit that M2Y. He knows he's been spotted, and he's worried, and we're trying to get the shell through the... Oh, the kill shot went to our G. Su-85, he's just got massively hit, but there's more enemy tanks. In fact, we now know why the Skofgar didn't hit him earlier, because the Skofgar had actually repositioned himself, probably because he received those shots. And now we've got a Tiger. Okay, so we can get shots on this guy. We're firing at long range. He's not going to see us. He's having difficulty, but these guys might see us. And he does get a penetration into the Type 58. He's hitting targets of opportunity as and when they present themselves. Tiger's back into cover. Su-85, yeah, we can hit that guy. Yes, and he gets another kill. That's 4. Protecting that Stug guy out in the corner. And, oh, we just saw the Super Hellcat coming in from the railway line. So he's decided to go back because he saw the T-67, I think. Or at least he may have seen him. That T-67's full health. So he's actually covering our side. I think the Super Hellcat is going to come around. There he is. And he's trying to get a better angle on the T-67. And now he's beginning to regret his move. We've only got one more round of AP, but he's now behind that house and he knows that he's trapped there. But the Tiger's trying to help him. That's one into the engine bay. Now we're on the premium rounds. We've got 2 rounds of HE as well. And we're getting shots fired in our direction from the Hellcat. Oh, and there's the kill shot. But the Type 58 got 185mm round into us. We've been tracked. We're getting shells fired at from both directions. And that's the Type 58. And even the enemy Arty is trying to have a go at us. The enemy Arty on their team is an M44 and a Leffy. It's the Leffy that's landing the shots behind us. Okay. Yep, that's the Type. And he's gone. And he was killed by the Stug in the corner, the guy that we saved. So now we just need to get lined up on this Super Hellcat. Our Arty's helping us, the SU-122A. Okay, enemy Arty firing this direction. And we've managed to avoid it. I think he was actually aiming for our Arty. There's the Super Hellcat, and he's relocating. It looks like he's running away. And I don't think he did see the T-67 during this part of the engagement. That guy's gone in there and it's just abandoned his tank. So 7 rounds of APCR. And 2 rounds of standard HE. I would say the Super Hellcat is probably a one-shot. Remember, it's 135 alpha. Maybe more. Maybe 2 shots. But it shouldn't be that difficult to actually get the shot on him. Our M4... well, the Stug guy has got another kill. But he got wiped out by the Super Hellcat, who went back into the coal pits. That T-67's been hiding there virtually the entire game. I'm not sure if the Super Hellcat actually did see him, but he certainly felt that, and he was more than a one-shot. But now he's... I think he's a 2-shot now. And the SU-122A is still trying to get him. That's useful. The SU-122A has a 152mm howitzer, and that causes stun. There he is. He couldn't see us, but we managed to get 1 round in, and we've now just spotted the enemy Arty, or one of them, who's going up the railway line. And there's the other one, and that's the Fifi firing at us. So it's the M44s on the railway line. Again, that T-67's there, but not spotted. And now the Super Hellcat. Lovely kill there, on the move. Caught him. And now we can ambush that M44. He's down to 4 rounds of APCR, 2 rounds of HE. The HE rounds should be able to take out the M44 with just 1 shot. Those rounds are capable of doing 175 alpha, but 38mm of pen. The M44 doesn't have much armor, so we could easily take that guy down with just 1 round. Or 2 rounds, actually. Now, the M44's got to be over here in the ditch. Well, we've just located the other Arty. And he's actually not in the ditch. He's gone around the top end, but the SU-122 has not found him yet. And because there's only 3 left on our team, one of those is the SU... There he is. Oh, he didn't use the HE rounds, but he will. He's used up 3 rounds of APCR, and now we're into the last minute. And all they've got left is the Fifi, but the Fifi is a deadly tank, a deadly Arty. Because, of course, it's got that fast-firing 105mm. 8 seconds between shots. Could do 400 alpha if it penetrates. And the armor on this tank is not very, very strong. It's just well angled. He's not fat, he's just big boned. And I had to squeeze in the South Park reference. He's coming up behind the Fifi. Who knows now that it's too late? And that's one round to immobilize him. That's through the gun shield. Oh, and he kills the Fifi with his last round. And that's the end of the game. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was an ace tanker game for Skofgar of Gen in the E25. He managed to get a duelist for taking down 2 tanks who damaged him, a fireproof effect for doing more damage than hit points to his own vehicle, a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits in that game. He managed to get 14, and he got some rather rare medals on this one. Yes, he got the Phaeton's medal. He used the last shell in his magazine to kill the last enemy tank and win the game. He also picked up a Radley Walters for getting at least 8 kills. He got 8 exactly. A Pascucci's medal because he killed both enemy SPGs, as well as a high caliber for dealing the most damage in the game, and a Top Gun for getting at least 6 kills. His win rate from that game was 15,455, which is super unicum and quite a bit more. Let's have a look at team score. Oh, there you go. 5,059. It was a real Phaeton's as well. He did use the last round because the second to last round wasn't enough to take the guy down. He did aim that HE round for the gun shield, but because the VP was full health, he used 1 round to actually immobilize the guy, the last APCR round. Then he aimed the HE round at the gun shield, which is the weak spot. It went straight through. Gave him a good roll, but it wasn't enough to take the guy down, so he had to fire his last round to take down the VP and get the kill. 5,059 hit points. Well, the next player was the M2Y. He only got 2,071. The third place goes to the Godco, who managed 1,883. So very well played by Skofgar in that game. The next highest when it came to kills was, yes, Skofgar again. 8 kills went to him. 4 kills went to the Stugtai Aslains, and that guy did do a good job throughout that game because he was sitting there in the corner, and Skofgar did have to come to his defense more than a couple of times. The Halonen's medal went to him, yes, because he managed to get 2 tanks or 2 enemy tanks, tank destroyers, with a tank destroyer, at least 1 tier higher than his own. At least I think that is. If we just check that, there it is, the medal. 2 enemy tanks or tank destroyers, at least 2 tier higher. That's it's the higher one that you have to get. The 2 tiers higher than your own. So he was actually tier 5, and he was taking down tier 7 opponents. And he got 4 kills, of course. And when it came to the third place, that was the M4A376 went on the enemy team, who managed 3 kills, and that's the highest they managed to do. And of course, he got a Leather Slaves medal, and that's the for getting 2 enemy kills or by a medium tank, at least 1 tier higher than your own. Okay, when it came to base XP, there's only one in it. Yes, it's Skofgar. 1,742 base experience points, the only player to get over 1,000 base. The next highest being the Stugtai Aslains, who managed to get 801, but he didn't survive the battle. And 775 went to the AMX M445 on our team. So he managed to get the top in all 3 columns in that game. Oh, the M44 on the enemy team got a Confederate out of that one as well. So obviously he was making good use of his shells. He fired 60 rounds, the entire ammo of that tank. 49 direct hits on the enemy, 42 penetrations, 5,059 hit points of damage, of which 2,399 were at more than 300 meters. So he was doing some long-range shooting. 8 hits received from the enemy, 6 of those were pens, 2 non-penetrations, and 1 hit by way of splash damage. 270 hit points of damage blocked by armor. 1 enemy vehicle spotted, 11 enemy vehicles damaged, 8 kills. So he was on the way to getting a Pools medal when he ran out of enemies. But of course, there was only 1 enemy left at the end of the game. But it was the Radley's kill when he took down the PP. He got 704 hit points of spotting assist in that game as well. On a premium count, he actually made 39,125 credits from the game. And he also took away 50 bonds for a mission achievement and 5,749 experience points on the times today. So very good game. Even though his ammunition costs were fairly expensive, he still came out of it with a profit. And of course, it was a very good victory, primarily because it was a real Faden. It's not a fake one. There's so many Fadens you come across where people have actually wiped out, artificially killed the enemy by ensuring that they dispose of all of their shells and then make sure the last shell kills the enemy. In this one, he had to do it properly because otherwise he wouldn't have been able to kill the guy except by ramming him afterwards. So yes, he did use them in the right order, but he did aim that APCR at the return roller so that he could actually make sure that the 2 HE rounds were used for the kill. So a very good game. Well done, Skofgar. I'm sure most people will be very impressed at the way you handled the E25. It's a very good little tank. It's a bit expensive to get. I actually had somebody buy one for me. They're very kind of them to do it. And yes, I still haven't been able to really master this tank because it's so difficult to play and do well. He certainly did it justice on this occasion. If you enjoyed this replay, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, and thank you for watching.